Right now, 40 degrees in 24 hours. That is how fast temperatures are about to plummet across half of America. And if you live east of the Mississippi River, what is coming this weekend will be unlike anything we have seen this winter. A massive split is forming across the United States. While the West bakes in record warmth, the East is about to be slammed by not one but two Arctic blasts. And here is what nobody is talking about. That temperature contrast is the perfect recipe for a widespread snow event that could dump 3 to 7 inches from Michigan to Maine, with some areas potentially seeing up to 12 inches. But here is the critical question. Will your city be in the bullseye? Stay with me because in exactly 30 seconds, I am going to reveal the precise timing for over 70 major cities, and trust me, you need to know if you are in the danger zone. The clock is ticking. The first Arctic blast is already here. Right now, a massive cold front is stretching from South Texas all the way to New England. Boston, you have already dropped 15 degrees. New York City, 10 degrees colder than yesterday. Philadelphia, same story. This is just the opening act. Here is your first reward. Cities in the immediate impact zone right now include Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Albany, Burlington, Portland, Maine, Concord, Hartford, Providence, and Boston. If you are in any of these locations, temperatures have already fallen and they are not coming back up anytime soon. But wait, there is something else happening that the major networks are not showing you. While you are freezing, look at this. Los Angeles, 72 degrees, San Francisco, 68 degrees, Denver, 65 degrees, Phoenix, 78 degrees. The West Coast and Great Plains are experiencing temperatures 20 to 30 degrees above normal. Fargo, North Dakota will hit 50 degrees in February. Let that sink in. Now comment below with your city name and I will personally tell you exactly when this weather system will impact you. I am reading every single comment. Let me break down Thursday because this is when things get serious. The cold air is going to intensify across the Ohio Valley and Northeast. We are talking about areas dropping to 30 degrees below average. Indianapolis, you are looking at highs in the low 20s. Columbus, Ohio, upper teens. Cincinnati, low 20s. Louisville, mid-20s. These are daytime highs, people. But here is the twist nobody saw coming. Late Thursday, another shot of cold air slams into Florida. Tampa, you will drop from 75 degrees to 55 degrees in 12 hours. Orlando, from 78 to 58. Jacksonville, from 72 to 48. Miami stays mild, but even you will feel this, dropping from 82 to 70. Friday brings a brief break for some, but not for others. The Northeast stays locked in the freezer. Portland, Maine, high of 18 degrees. Burlington, Vermont, 20 degrees. Albany, New York, 22 degrees. Buffalo, 19 degrees. Rochester, 20 degrees. Syracuse, 21 degrees. Meanwhile, the South gets a taste of spring before winter roars back. Dallas, you will hit 76 degrees Friday afternoon. Oklahoma City, 74 degrees. Wichita Falls, Texas, near 80 degrees. Kansas City, 68 degrees. St. Louis, 62 degrees. Enjoy it because it does not last. Here is the shocking part, and this is at the 3-minute 20 mark I promised you. By Sunday morning, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania could be 40 degrees below normal. 40 degrees. That means if normal is 35 degrees, you are looking at temperatures near -5 degrees, Cleveland -2 degrees, Buffalo -8 degrees. This is dangerous cold, the kind that causes frostbite in minutes. But the real story is what happens Friday night into Saturday. This is when the second Arctic blast arrives and it is bringing friends, snow, lots of it. An Alberta Clipper, which is a fast-moving storm system from Canada, will dive south late Thursday into Friday. Here is your city-by-city breakdown for the snow timing, and I want you to pay very close attention because this is life and death information if you need to travel. Friday morning, the snow begins. Duluth, Minnesota, light snow starts at 6 a.m. Minneapolis, 7 a.m. Eau Claire, Wisconsin, 8 a.m. Green Bay, 8:30 a.m. Milwaukee, 9 a.m. Madison, Wisconsin, 9:30 a.m. By Friday afternoon, the snow spreads east. Chicago, snow arrives around noon, but it will be light. Grand Rapids, Michigan, 1 p.m. Lansing, Michigan, 2 p.m. Detroit, 3 p.m. Toledo, Ohio, 2:30 p.m., Cleveland, 4 p.m. Now here is something critical. Friday afternoon could bring snow squalls to Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia. What is a snow squall? It is a brief but intense burst of heavy snow with winds up to 40 miles per hour and visibility dropping to near zero in seconds. This is when accidents happen. Columbus, Ohio, watch for squalls between 3 and 6 p.m. Indianapolis between 2 and 5 p.m. Fort Wayne, Indiana between 1 and 4 p.m. Friday night is when the heavy snow arrives in the Appalachian Mountains. Morgantown, West Virginia, expect snow to intensify after 8 p.m. Pittsburgh, heavy snow moves in around 9 p.m. Altoona, Pennsylvania, 10 p.m. State College, Pennsylvania, 10:30 p.m. Harrisburg, 11 p.m. These mountain areas could see 4 to 6 inches by Saturday morning. Saturday morning, the Northeast gets hit. Scranton, Pennsylvania, heavy snow from midnight to 8 a.m. Binghamton, New York, 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. Syracuse, 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. Albany, 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. Burlington, Vermont, 4 a.m. to noon. Portland, Maine, 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. The major cities along I-95 get their snow Saturday morning into afternoon. New York City, snow begins around 6 a.m., continues through 2 p.m. Expect 2 to 4 inches. Newark, New Jersey, 6:30 a.m. through 2:30 p.m. Bridgeport, Connecticut, 7 a.m. through 3 p.m. New Haven, 7:30 a.m. through 3:30 p.m. Hartford, 8 a.m. through 4 p.m. Providence, Rhode Island, 8:30 a.m. through 4:30 p.m. Boston, 9 a.m. through 5 p.m. Northern New England sees the longest duration snow. Concord, New Hampshire, Saturday, 6 a.m. through Sunday, 2 a.m. Potential for 6 to 8 inches. Manchester, New Hampshire, same time frame, 5 to 7 inches. Augusta, Maine, Saturday 8 IEM through Sunday 4 IEM, 7 to 9 inches. Bangor, Maine, Saturday 9 IEM through Sunday 6 IEM, 8 to 11 inches. This is where we could see some isolated totals near 12 inches. Now, and this is crucial, the snow peaks at different times in different places. For the Great Lakes, peak snowfall is Friday night between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m. Saturday. For Pennsylvania and New York, peak is Saturday morning between 6 a.m. and noon. For New England, peak is Saturday afternoon between noon and 6 p.m. The snow ends. Chicago, Friday evening by 7 p.m. Detroit, Saturday morning by 9 a.m. Cleveland, Saturday afternoon by 2 p.m. Pittsburgh, Saturday afternoon by 4 p.m. Buffalo, Saturday evening by 7 p.m. Syracuse, Saturday night by 10 p.m. Boston, Sunday morning by 8 a.m. But here is the plot twist at the 5-minute mark. There is a second wave of snow possible Sunday into Monday, right in time for the Super Bowl. This one is less certain, but models are showing potential for light to moderate snow across Cincinnati, Louisville, Indianapolis, Columbus, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Albany, and potentially even New York City and Boston again. If this second system develops, snow would start Sunday afternoon around 3 p.m. in Louisville and Cincinnati, spreading to Indianapolis and Columbus by 6 p.m., reaching Pittsburgh and Cleveland by 9 p.m., and arriving in the Northeast Monday morning between 3 and 8 a.m. Let me give you the 7-day snow totals now, and remember, this is from Thursday through next Wednesday. Marquette, Michigan, 9 to 14 inches. Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, 8 to 12 inches. Traverse City, Michigan, 6 to 10 inches. Green Bay, Wisconsin, 4 to 7 inches. Duluth, Minnesota, 5 to 8 inches. Moving east, Erie, Pennsylvania, 7 to 11 inches. Buffalo, 6 to 10 inches. Syracuse, 6 to 9 inches. Watertown, New York, 8 to 12 inches. Plattsburgh, New York, 7 to 10 inches. Northern New England jackpot zone, Burlington, Vermont, 7 to 11 inches. Montpelier, Vermont, 8 to 12 inches. Rutland, Vermont, 6 to 10 inches. Lebanon, New Hampshire, 7 to 10 inches. Concord, New Hampshire, 8 to 11 inches. Manchester, New Hampshire, 6 to 9 inches. Portland, Maine, 7 to 10 inches. Augusta, Maine, 9 to 13 inches. Bangor, Maine, 10 to 14 inches. Caribou, Maine, 11 to 15 inches. Major cities along I-80, Cleveland, 5 to 8 inches. Youngstown, Ohio, 6 to 9 inches. Sharon, Pennsylvania, 5 to 8 inches. Mercer, Pennsylvania, 6 to 9 inches. Clarion, Pennsylvania, 7 to 10 inches. Pennsylvania cities, Pittsburgh, 4 to 7 inches. Altoona, 6 to 9 inches. State College, 7 to 11 inches. Williamsport, 6 to 9 inches. Scranton, 5 to 8 inches. Wilkes-Barre, 5 to 8 inches. Harrisburg, 3 to 6 inches. Reading, 3 to 5 inches. Allentown, 3 to 6 inches. I-95 corridor, New York City, 2 to 4 inches. Philadelphia, 1 to 3 inches. Wilmington, Delaware, 1 to 3 inches. Baltimore, 1 to 2 inches. Washington, D.C., trace to 1 inch. Richmond, Virginia, 0 accumulation expected. Central New York and Vermont, Ithaca, 6 to 9 inches. Cortland, 7 to 10 inches. Utica, 6 to 9 inches. Rome, New York, 5 to 8 inches. Glens Falls, 6 to 9 inches. Western New York, Jamestown, 5 to 8 inches. Olean, 6 to 9 inches. Elmira, 5 to 7 inches. Corning, 5 to 7 inches. Now here is something nobody is talking about, and this is the critical information you need. While all this snow is falling, temperatures will be brutally cold. This means the snow will be very dry and powdery, which has both good news and bad news. Good news, dry snow is easier to shovel and blow. Bad news, dry snow blows around easily, creating whiteout conditions even after the snow stops falling. Winds will gust to 25 to 35 miles per hour Saturday and Sunday, which means if you get 6 inches of snow, drifts could reach 2 to 3 feet in open areas. Wind chill values. Sunday morning will be life-threatening. International Falls, Minnesota, negative 45 degrees. Duluth, negative 38 degrees. Marquette, Michigan, negative 35 degrees. Sault Ste. Marie, negative 33 degrees. Green Bay, negative 28 degrees. Minneapolis, negative 32 degrees. Moving east, Fargo, North Dakota, negative 35 degrees. Bismarck, negative 30 degrees. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, negative 25 degrees. Omaha, Nebraska, negative 15 degrees. Des Moines, Iowa, negative 18 degrees. Great Lakes region. Sunday morning wind chills. Chicago, negative 12 degrees. Milwaukee, negative 20 degrees. Grand Rapids, negative 24 degrees. Detroit, negative 18 degrees. Toledo, negative 16 degrees. Cleveland, negative 22 degrees. Buffalo, negative 28 degrees. Rochester, negative 26 degrees. Syracuse, negative 24 degrees. Northeast Sunday morning wind chills. Pittsburgh, negative 15 degrees. Harrisburg, negative 8 degrees. Scranton, negative 12 degrees. Albany, negative 18 degrees. Burlington, negative 25 degrees. Portland, Maine, negative 20 degrees. Bangor, negative 23 degrees. Caribou, negative 30 degrees. Major cities, New York City, negative 2 degrees. Boston, negative 10 degrees. Providence, negative 8 degrees. Hartford, negative 12 degrees. These are wind chills where exposed skin can develop frostbite in 10 to 15 minutes. If you must go outside, cover all exposed skin. But here is what happens next, and this will blow your mind. By Monday and Tuesday, while the east is still locked in the deep freeze, the warmth that has been building in the west will start pushing east. Rapid City, South Dakota will hit 58 degrees Monday. That is 35 degrees above normal. North Platte, Nebraska, 62 degrees. Goodland, Kansas, 65 degrees. Denver, 63 degrees. By Tuesday, the warmth reaches Sioux Falls, 55 degrees. Omaha, 58 degrees. Des Moines, 56 degrees. Kansas City, 64 degrees. Wichita, 68 degrees. Oklahoma City, 72 degrees. Dallas, 76 degrees. Wednesday, the warmth pushes further. Minneapolis, 48 degrees. That is a 70-degree swing from Sunday morning when it was negative 20. Madison, Wisconsin, 52 degrees. Chicago, 54 degrees. Indianapolis, 56 degrees. St. Louis, 62 degrees. Nashville, 65 degrees. Memphis, 68 degrees. But the Northeast stays cold through next week. Boston, still only 32 degrees Wednesday. New York City, 38 degrees. Philadelphia, 42 degrees. Washington, D.C., 48 degrees. Pittsburgh, 44 degrees. Buffalo, 36 degrees. Now, let me tell you what this all means, and why I said at the beginning this is unlike anything we have seen this winter. This is not just about one snowstorm. This is about a complete pattern flip. The jet stream is literally splitting the country in half. West of the Rockies and across the plains, it is spring. East of the Mississippi, it is the Arctic. And here is the part that should concern you. When we get these extreme temperature contrasts in mid-February, it almost always leads to bigger storms later in the month. I am looking at the long-range models, and they are showing another significant Arctic blast and potentially a major winter storm around February 20th to 25th. That is still 2 to 3 weeks away, so details are uncertain, but the pattern supports it. Cities most likely to see significant snow in that late February timeframe based on current model trends. Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, New York City, Boston, and all of interior New England. If you live in Atlanta, 0 snow expected through February 15th. Charlotte, trace amounts possible but unlikely. Raleigh, maybe a coating Thursday, nothing significant. Richmond, trace to 1 inch at most. Washington, D.C., 1 to 2 inches possible. Baltimore, 1 to 3 inches. Wilmington, 1 to 3 inches. Atlantic City, 2 to 4 inches. Trenton, New Jersey, 2 to 4 inches. The odds of seeing at least 1 inch of snow between now and February 10th are 100% in northern Michigan, northern Wisconsin, northern New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. 90% in central Michigan, central Wisconsin, central New York, and Pennsylvania, 70% in southern Michigan, southern Wisconsin, Ohio, and southern New York, 50% in Indiana, Illinois, and northern West Virginia, 30% in Kentucky, southern West Virginia, and western Virginia, 10% or less everywhere else. Here is your travel advice, city by city. If you are flying Friday, expect delays and cancellations in Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, Buffalo, and Minneapolis starting late morning. If you are flying Saturday, expect major disruptions in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, New York, Boston, and all of New England. Sunday travel looks better for airports, but road conditions will be treacherous with blowing snow. If you absolutely must drive, Thursday, travel is okay but cold. Friday, avoid I-90 from Chicago to Cleveland between noon and 8 p.m. Avoid I-75 from Toledo to Detroit between 2 p.m. and 10 p.m. Avoid I-80 from Chicago to Cleveland between 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. Saturday, avoid all travel in Pennsylvania, New York, and New England if possible. If you must travel, I-95 from New York to Boston will be hazardous from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I-81 from Harrisburg to Syracuse will be dangerous from midnight to noon. I-87 from New York City to Albany will be treacherous from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Sunday, avoid travel in northern New England. Roads will be snow-covered with significant blowing and drifting snow. Now, I need you to do something important. Comment below with your city, and I will give you a personalized forecast. I am reading every comment, and I will tell you exactly what to expect and when. Here is what you need to prepare right now. If you are in the heavy snow zone, make sure you have food and water for 3 days. Have flashlights and batteries ready. Charge all devices. Fill your gas tank. Get cash from the ATM. Have any medications you need filled now. If you have not started your car in a few days, start it today and let it run for 20 minutes. Make sure you have ice scraper and snow brush in your car. Check your wiper fluid. For those in the extreme cold zone, check your furnace. Make sure you have backup heat if power goes out. Know where your water shutoff valve is in case pipes freeze. Let faucets drip slightly Sunday night when temperatures bottom out. Here is what is coming after this system, and this is your teaser for the next video. Between February 15th and 25th, the models are showing a major pattern shift. That warm air in the west will eventually push east, but not before one more significant Arctic outbreak. And when that warm air meets the cold air, we are likely looking at a major storm system. Could be snow, could be ice, could be severe weather in the south. It is too early to know exactly, but the pattern is there. The cities most at risk for a major winter storm, February 20th to 25th, based on current model consensus: Detroit, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, New York City, and Boston. That is still 2 weeks away, but I will be tracking it closely. Remember, this weekend is just the beginning. We have at least 3 more weeks of winter weather potential, and February historically produces some of our biggest snowstorms. The blizzard of 1996 was late January into early February. The blizzard of 2015 was late January. The blizzard of 2003 was mid-February. The President's Day storm of 2003 was February 16th and 17th. We are entering prime time for big winter storms. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel because I will have updates every single day as this evolves. Click the bell icon so you get notified immediately when I post, especially if that late February storm starts to come into focus. One final thing, share this video with family and friends in the impact zones. They need to know what is coming. This is not hype. This is not clickbait. This is real weather happening right now with real impacts starting tomorrow. Comment your city below. I am checking comments constantly, and I will personally respond to tell you exactly what you need to know for your specific location. Stay safe out there, stay warm, and I will